going on, guys? It's your boy Nanu Garage. Right now we are sitting inside of the Corvette C8. This is the first time I've ever been behind the wheel of a C8, so I'm extremely excited to feel out this mid-engine car. This is my first mid-engine. I've driven a rear-engine Porsche 911 Carrera S, but bro, the engine's right there. That is weird. It is so weird, and the wheel feels, it looks very weird, I'm not gonna lie, but it feels very race car-y. So we're gonna do race car things. I'm really excited to feel out the handling of this car, just see how it handles and how it grips these roads. Power, 495 horsepower, 470 foot-pounds of torque, and it is 3,350 pounds, which is actually a very impressive low number. Mode dial select here. Yeah, so that put us in the sport mode and the track mode. So we're gonna start off in the sport mode. We'll put on the paddle shifters so we're able to, oh, and these paddles feel really nice too. Yeah, these paddles feel real cool. These shifts are so lightning fast. What the heck? This thing is awesome! But this car, it's just stupid how fast it's able to just move around these turns. But yeah, we got some cars up here. We're gonna have to wait so we can have some fun amount of fun on these turns. Once I get a better feel for the car and what the car is able to do, I will put it out into that track mode. But right now, this is awesome on this. Wow. Yeah, this is awesome. And these roads, it can't get any better than this, Napa County roads. Well, we just allowed ourselves a nice little buffer between the traffic behind us. So let's go ahead and hit it into these turns up here. Man, these guys drive so freaking slow, dude. I was literally going like 15-20 miles per hour for like a solid 3 minutes, and these, what are you guys doing, man? This car isn't very overwhelming on these back roads. It feels very controlled, and one of the things is I kind of do wish to have a little bit more fun and have more limitations on the back road rather than like being able to punch it through turns and stuff like that. This car definitely is very composed, and it's not necessarily like it's not fun because of that. It is very fun, don't get me wrong, but I do wish there a little like scare factor to the car that you have to be aware that you could mess up if you give a little bit too much throttle through turns or something like that, or you get more slippage with the turns. And the way it puts power down, since it's a mid-engine car, yeah, that is very good. Yeah, the power application on this, it's crazy being able to like floor it while you're going through a turn. And of course, it being mid-engine, that's what you're able to do because the weight's on the back of the car. The weight distribution is very good, but majority of the weight is sitting on those rear wheels since it's rear wheel drive. One thing I do gotta say that I don't really like about this car a lot is the paddle shifters. They're kind of a little too long, and it's not a firm like click like that. It's kind of just like a, I don't know how to describe it, but it doesn't give that firm click right away, but the transmission is so speedy quick that I wish it kind of just gave a quick little click, because the trans is already shifted by the time you're letting go of the paddle shifter. All right, well, if we're able to get a full, at least like 35 seconds. It was like 15 seconds ago that a car passed by, so we'll be at roughly a minute of buffer time. Then we'll be golden. So that's what I'm hoping for right now. But we're gonna go ahead and flick things into the track mode so we can feel out that track mode. And we really are golden once we get up to that 30-second mark. So please, 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 let's get to it. So basically now when we see a car, we're just gonna hop up out in front of them and yeah, have some proper fun out here on these roads. So yeah, we got a car right up over there. It's a slow ass Prius, not gonna let that fool in front of me. But this is really nice, this tachometer, the way it looks. I like it. And another thing with GM cars that I noticed with the CTS-V that I have is when you hit the paddle, there's a huge delay. And there's a huge delay too when you're when you drive faster, it becomes faster, the shifts, but this car, it's instant all the time, which I kind of like about it. Right there was epic. So I'm not sure if you guys are able to hear that tire noise. The car is understeering quite a bit in its current alignment, and that is something that I heard is a frequent issue with the car if you are going to track it. Oh, and thank you so much, sir. Thank you. You're the best person ever. Hell yeah. People who pull off the road think like you guys are angels. He knew that I was flying down this road. He knew I wanted to have some fun, so thank you so much, sir. Oh, and I haven't even been pushing this thing to redline this whole time. Man, that's awesome. Yeah, I haven't been pushing it to redline this whole time, and it feels great once you get towards the red line. But like I was saying earlier, it is kind of understeering through these turns a little bit. I just came across the first little issue with the car. The brakes are very hot now, so it is getting quite a bit of heat soak, the vehicle now. Yeah, this car is getting a lot of heat soak now. That's the first time I've really experienced that kind of heat soak. We can still kind of push it through here, but I do want to let this car cool down. Yeah, the brakes are... Yeah, the brakes are very heat soaked now. That's something with my GT350. I take it up on the back roads all the time around here, and you never really experience that heat soak with the Brembos. So that is another thing that is kind of unfortunate for this car, is the fact that it's getting heat soaked that quickly. And the brakes don't feel like they really bite necessarily like the Brembos. Obviously, this is still the Stingray package, so it's not gonna be the top of the tier, and the Z06 and the Grand Sport will be quite a bit better in those aspects. But I did think that it would have a little bit more time before we really hit that heat soak, but the brakes definitely do need to cool down now, and it's understeering quite a bit, but that is because the alignment from factory, I've heard once you put it in a good track alignment, it won't understeer as much, which is very good. But we're gonna go get a little bit of gas in this car, let it cool down. It's a very cool car. The handling is amazing. I'm just not so sure how people do track it that much, given that on a back road I'm feeling the heat soak with the brakes. Like, it was getting spongy very fast, which is why I haven't been really punching it in a while. And I know the owner of the car doesn't really do stuff like this that I do, but I understand this is not at all the top of the tier package, and I understand that that's gonna happen with this vehicle, but I did think that it would just be a little bit longer. So we'll let the brakes cool down. The track alignment will make the turn in a lot better, but honestly, the turn in for the road right now, I honestly do think is pretty darn good for the road. It does definitely have some more turning in it. I know for a fact this car has some more turning in it. Like, let's just go ahead and throw it into this turn right up here. You see that? That is a good amount of turning for the street, but obviously when you're more on the back roads, you don't want it to understeer that much, and it's kind of shuddering. But if it had a lot more camber, we definitely would have a lot more turning capability. And I know some other people talked about this on their videos too with the C8, but they say once they have it in the track alignment on the street or on the track, it is just phenomenal. The car turns in like amazing. Yeah, this thing moves. 3.6 seconds, 0 to 60, still not that good. The tires are a little bit worn on here, so I'm really not surprised, if I'm being completely honest. It's solid though. It's solid. It's some pretty decent times, given we are on the street. It's worn tires. It's not ideal conditions. I do think it is necessary to mention that it is about 90 degrees out today, so it is very hot. So I do expect the C8 to have a little bit of difficulty in the cooling department, because it isn't the highest package. So obviously the cooling is going to be a little bit different. Wow, this thing's cool. And then another thing that I forgot to mention is you can pull in both paddles and you can rev the car. So like, someone wants to hear the car, and I'll just, that is such an awesome feature of this car, pulling in both paddles to be able to rev it. That is really cool. The exhaust could be a little louder. I do think that it could be a decent amount better. Yeah, this thing is so much fun. Yeah, straight line, the car is just all right. Obviously, because it's 495 horsepower, but I know for a fact that it would be a lot better in the other, with more power, it would be a better straight line performance car. But right there, as you can see, we lost some traction and the back end kicked out quite a bit, and the car is so controllable, so predictable. So I kind of did want to try that to see if I did oversteer a little bit, how is the car going to react. And it's a very controllable car, which I do like a lot, because I've seen a lot of people drifting the C8s, doing all kind of stuff like that in the car, and it's a very controllable car. Driving around city, even with paddles, it's so smooth the way the transmission shifts. So we are done with the back road drive in the Corvette C8. My conclusion with it is, once it's in that track alignment, it will no longer understeer like that. So it's something I would drive around with on the streets, and I think that's truly gonna fix the car with the issue I have. And the only other one issue that I found is the heat soak on the brakes are really bad. So I'm gonna have to look more into it, the heat soak on the brakes. Because I know a lot of people track their C8 Corvette, but I'm not sure if they experience the same kind of heat soak that I did today. Yes, it is very hot out today. It is around 95 degrees, so the heat soak was pretty bad, given it is hot, and I am like really hot right now standing around here. The car is very cool. I love the seating position in it. The wheel, many people had some weird thoughts about the wheel. The seating position in it is awesome. The wheel, I think, is very good when you're pushing this car on the back road, and that's what this car is meant to do. You know, it's meant to go fast around the turns, and that's definitely what it does do. The pushrod V8 is a pretty cool engine for the vehicle. I do want something a little bit more exotic if I did get one, like the Z06 variant would have. Transmission is fantastic. I do think the paddles could be slightly crafted a little bit better than its current form, but the transmission, lightning quick. Love the confidence you get on the back roads in this car, being able to just flick that downshift, instantly be in the next gear, and it's really confidence aspiring on the back roads. Brakes are good when they're not heat soaked. Can't wait to see the Z06 variant and drive one, because I do think that car is just going to be absolutely stellar. Now, would I get one? I think I would want to drive the Z06 one before thinking about if I would want to get one, but with new wheels, a new tire setup, and different alignment, I do think this thing would be absolutely killer on the back roads, and a few little engine modifications. I do think it's a very good deal for what you are getting. So let me know what you guys thought of today's video down below in the comment section. Z51 package. Make sure you guys all like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you guys thought of the video down below in the comment section. I'll see all you guys in the next one. Peace. They're trying to lock us up, but we ain't gonna stop, boy. They're trying to lock us up, but we ain't gonna stop, boy. They're trying to lock us up.